found us. More podcast, where we want you to know God more deeply, find lasting freedom, discover your destiny, and make an eternal difference. Now,
that voice always reminds me of something in Star Wars. I don't know what character it is, but when I hear that, I'm like, I think that's in Star Wars. I don't even know who that is. Here we are, you guys. All four of us are back. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, last weekend it was just you and me standing there looking at each other like...
It was old school.
Yeah.
It was like
old
throwback.
Yeah, Pastor Hunter, you were on a trip, right?
Yeah, I was on a youth conference trip in Florida.
Oh,
suffering for
Jesus, right?
It was tough.
It's so hot.
It was like 75 degrees.
Oh,
Perfect every day.
The warm breeze blowing past you.
Yes, yes.
Some of us have to suffer for Jesus. Others,
some do,
and it's okay.
So I took the bullet for everyone.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
follow my
appreciate
sword.
And Ted, where were you last week? You weren't in Florida.
I was doing dad duty and taking
that's what it
kids
was,
to dentist appointments.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, dental appointments.
Hey,
that's
not
doing the Lord's
fun
work.
as Florida.
It's doing the Lord's work. Yeah, and you got to take kids, and they don't want to be there. You got to coax them in there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that? Like it's like the meme, and like when you were in 6th grade in middle school, and you got to get taken out for school to go to a dentist appointment.
Oh, yeah.
And you walked in with like the McDonald's toy because you always got lunch at McDonald's.
Yeah.
That was the
bribery.
It sounds like he lived
day.
the privileged life because Pastor Hunter and I, we never experienced any of that.
You didn't? No. Oh, no.
No. I'm not going to go in on it. But that wasn't happening.
I went to the dentist
PB&J
for my
sandwich.
kindergarten checkup, and I went again right before I got married.
Oh, really?
That's no
correct.
joke. We never had dental insurance.
I never did.
I've been to the dentist more in the past probably 3 years than I've been in my entire life.
Okay.
Right? So I'm count on one hand.
There you go. I don't know. My parents always said, if you can still chew the food, you're fine. Shut up.
Have you guys seen that thing that's like statistics about people's smiles and people who have like straight teeth?
Oh, yeah.
And the jobs that they're afforded. It's like a real thing.
For real?
Yeah, no, for sure. It is.
If you have straight
Yeah.
teeth, you're going to get the better job.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, it is like a psychological. Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Yeah, well, great.
All right.
So I just kept my smile like this. I only show the top part.
Sure.
That's normal. The bottom part's where it starts looking like snaggletooth. Yeah. I hide all that.
Have you ever watched people smile? Some people have upper teeth smiles. Some people have lower teeth smiles.
Yeah.
Like they talk, and all you see is their bottom teeth.
Sure.
Yeah.
Trump, I think, is a bottom teeth talker.
Yeah.
I've noticed this thing that I do when I watch the live stream is like I'm fiddling with the iPad to make sure the songs are going,
Yeah.
And I'll do this thing where I do the, what is it called when your jaw goes in front of your...
It's an
underbite.
Underbite.
Is it
I'll
under or over?
naturally do it, and it's so weird.
I do that
now
all the
I've
time.
seen my kid do it.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're
he's picking it up.
concentrating,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm
you do
sorry,
this?
son. Yeah, it's kind of like this
I've seen
weird.
it.
Yeah, right? I'm going to be subconscious.
That is going to be
Now,
hard.
every time you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it.
Like Ted, the gears are turning in Ted's head right now. Because
My wife's going to do the Pastor Ted chin counter.
How many times can you do it in this service?
He's at 22.
Count it. Yeah. If you get it right, you win a prize.
That's
yeah.
right.
How many times?
Oh, man. Nothing like a little self.
My wife says I do that all the time.
Really?
Like when I'm sitting there, she's like, I'm knitting or whatever, and I'm watching TV, and my jaw goes out, and she's like, quit looking like a pug.
Yeah.
It's like a pug dog.
a monkey.
Because pug dog.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like, thanks, I love you too.
One needle in front of the other.
That's right.
Brain's just working overtime.
Well, it's like, I think it's like an old man thing, because eventually I see a lot of old guys do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know why you kind of put that up there.
Yeah.
Well, at least you don't have like buck teeth or anything. I mean, you got
No,
nice teeth.
yeah.
You
Well,
out of
thanks.
the whole group, you've got.
I feel like
you've
we've
got
talked
the good
about
teeth.
this before, yeah.
Yeah, you got
Thanks.
the good teeth.
Appreciate it.
Well, we talk about it a lot because, Ted, it's obvious.
Yeah.
We're sitting around this table.
Sure.
Who had dental care and who did not? It's pretty obvious.
Oh, my gosh.
Pretty obvious. Ted.
Okay. All right.
And then you got nice hair.
Okay.
Double whammy. I don't have any. So I'm just saying.
All right.
Somebody's getting all the special
genetics here.
Yeah,
Huh?
all the special genetics here. All right. Well, today's podcast is brought to you by one of our favorite things that we have here that we're getting into, which is the Christmas tree cakes. Have you guys seen these?
It is blowing up on the internet.
These are amazing by Little Debbie.
yes.
Yeah, these are kind of like becoming. Well, you've seen the ones where people are like taking smoke breaks with you.
Yeah.
Walking out and they're like, I have to handle life.
Yeah,
and they're-
I need a little stress release.
Right.
Give me my Little Debbie Christmas.
And they're like shaking the box
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
packing them up, Yeah, so
Peach, do you partake in the Little Debbie Christmas cake thing?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you've got to.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's sugar in it. Of course he's going to. This has been established.
Okay, yeah, we were just talking about this. So 220 calories
Yeah.
per cake. Not
That's
the
not like bad.
worst thing in the
Yeah, I
world.
mean it's
We've got
Christmas calories.
But you could throw back 3.
easy,
Oh,
easy,
boy.
easy.
yes, right. Yeah, the servings. Yeah, okay. One cake is a serving. Okay, yeah. Where's that sugar
Or
at?
what did they say? It's like only half the cake is that.
Yeah,
220.
right.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
like, okay, so 22 grams of sugar.
that's I can do that.
Not great, but okay.
It's you get
And the amount of serotonin and a nice
Oh,
little
yeah.
nostalgia
Listen,
kick.
that's
And that
That's
feeds
what
the
it-
soul.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
More than anything else.
That's what
and
you're
that
looking
is
for.
an amazing Santa on that
Truly,
box, right?
truly.
Yeah.
Like I'm all about a good old school Santa, and boy, oh boy,
They know what they're doing.
He does it. Yep.
They put all that into one
Advertising
thing.
at its finest.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
catch me on a Thursday night watching Elf with those.
yeah,
Those boxes in danger.
Box for you and a box for you. Yeah.
yeah. The math doesn't always add up. You got to and it is funny because you buy one box, and it's like that's gonna last a day.
These are the only things I would fight a 4-year-old over. Right here.
Sure, and win.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if they were going to come after him, I would have to.
The key is don't even let it get home.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Polish that thing up before you get to
Hide
the.
them in your car.
So have you guys noticed this? Have you gone to like stores and seen the Little Debbie shelves? So the white cake is the one.
Right,
You
yeah.
can always find the chocolate ones. I just went and
Nobody
got
wants
stuff for the
those.
green room
The Swiss
downstairs.
rolls?
Yeah.
No. It's
It's-
this.
oh.
It's the cake, but it's chocolate, and then they have a brownie one too.
It's like a pine
I
tree.
sound like the most unhealthy person in the world right now.
right.
But it's because I just went shopping for the green room, and I was like, I'm gonna get the volunteers some Christmas cakes, and there will be like 1 or 2 boxes of those,
Yeah.
and then everything else is full.
I told you that when I went and got the ones we got.
Yeah.
We went to Walmart in Sheboygan and we're looking for them all over the place and they're nowhere to be found. So we go to the baking aisle and they have them like tucked really tight against one of the end caps in the back by the peanut butter. So it's just like one
like
little
hidden.
row. It's like hidden in there. So like you have to
Scavenger
know.
hunt.
Yeah, you have to know where these are at. And then throw up a flare when everybody knows where
That's
they're at.
true.
I know a guy.
This is the time of year when specialty foods does come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oreo makes their white chocolate dipped Oreos.
Okay.
They only come out all during the Christmas
I
season.
don't know
they're-
that I've had those.
Those
so
were
they-
probably hidden somewhere too.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the next things that are going to hit TikTok.
I do think that like all logic in me goes out the brain when I shop this time of year for that stuff.
Right.
Because it is like, yeah, this is a $7 box of white Christmas. Yeah, of course.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? And
Who
you're
cares
like-
about diabetes right,
Right,
now?
exactly.
It's Christmas.
Yep.
I'm going to do it.
That's
Just
right.
Give myself a
but
shot.
the one
and we're
I
good
will
to
say
go.
the one that you got, Pastor Alex, that you gave me was the large size, which I had
that's a
not
large
seen
tree.
before.
Those are that's double the calories, double the sugar,
Double the fun.
yeah, double the fun. And we bought a box, and I brought him in for fun into the office because
For
Ted and I've
fun,
been messing
quote,
around
unquote, yeah.
about this on TikTok, and so then I'm like, oh, these are actually really good. I forgot about how good they are. So I had a box at home, and last night about like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I get up and usually I get a glass of water or whatever, and I saw it sitting there, the last one.
It was calling to you.
It was calling to me, and I don't know about you, but when you get those sugar urges,
It was like, call.
yeah, what are you gonna do?
on
What are you
your
gonna do?
knees.
It was a shaft of light came down on that little tree,
Hear the angel
and I think I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Go eat as well." Something like
what
that,
was
something
it?
of that nature.
Yeah, it was Moses who's the guy who had the blanket? All the
Peter.
animals.
Yeah,
Peter's
Peter,
right.
yeah.
All the animals are good to eat.
There is,
Pastor Alex
if we read that
Officer.
story closer, there is one of these
Yeah,
in
right.
that apron thing.
Do you know who? I don't know if Chad's a listener, but so he's a Harbor Lighter. Chad Heimbaugh loves these.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, this is a thing for Chad. So shout out Chad.
Yeah.
There you
we
go.
got some Christmas cakes for you.
So
here.
yeah, if you're looking to add a few extra calories this Christmas, by all means, go get these if you can find them.
Little Debbie, send them our way.
Little Debbie is our proud sponsor for today. Christmas trees, diabetes in a package.
The best.
And have a good time looking for these. I don't know about the chocolate ones. I've tried one, and
They're okay.
They're just not. the
They're
same.
okay, but the white ones for
That's
sure.
I mean, in the green room, this is what we need to do. put those out first.
Yeah.
And then everybody eats
Hide
them, and they're
these.
like, "Oh, we happen to have these. Oh, you already had one. Don't worry about it." Yeah. And then the rest of us,
Right.
Yeah, because I'm playing this Sunday, so
There you go.
I'm looking for one of those little guys.
Yep.
And I don't want a chocolate one or a brownie. I
Well,
want
they're
a real
there.
one. Yeah. I
So
want a real
we'll
one.
have to hide these, I guess.
All right. Well, we're taking an ID break. Come right back with introductions, and of course, it's going to be fun because we have all of us here today. So we'll be right back.
Your day is about to get better. How do we know? Because you press play on the More podcast. You're welcome. We will be right back.
Okay. Well, he was born under a desert sky somewhere between a revival tent and a Waffle House. He wrote
That's true.
He wrote in on a tumbleweed humming Waymaker, Pastor Ted.
Wow.
Thanks. I don't know that I've ever actually been to a Waffle House.
You need
Really?
to.
We can change that.
Yeah. It's a southern thing.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
sure.
Yeah,
Are
but they're
they?
everywhere. You might find something for you.
It's like you can go get breakfast and then like see a fight.
Yeah.
Isn't that joke always? Yeah.
Oh, or there's a murder scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Okay.
and
Or
a show.
the cook is sweating on your eggs as they're making them,
Yeah.
which is the added ingredient that you need.
No,
That's called
When the
seasoning.
W,
Yeah, right.
yeah, when the W blinks out, then it's just awful.
And you don't want to go.
That's
in there.
right.
Yeah.
All right. After being struck by a flying hymnal during a men's retreat, he discovered his gift, transforming campfire stories into full Sunday messages. Pastor Gary.
Pastor Gary.
That is true for you,
I don't know.
Well, yeah, because we got rid of
Campfire
them.
stories.
They're not here anymore. We don't.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
Well, fueled by espresso and divine revelation, he can smell an untold testimony from 3 zip codes away. Pastor Hunter.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, and of course, the man across the table from me, the man that has all of the talent. He knows where every button and knob does and how to record and actually get it to stick. The man who dated Little Debbie's mom,
Oh,
Deborah, Pastor Alex Norton.
It was a short relationship. It was a short relationship. Yeah. It was one of those Christmas things, Stayed for Christmas. Yeah.
That's right.
So we're all here. So everybody's sounds healthier this week. And none of us are hacking up a lung in here, which is nice. We had a brief interlude with that, and we made it through. I don't know. What do you guys think? Was it like the flu or the cold or what was it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was. There's
just,
definitely the like sickness of
yeah,
stomach
it
stuff.
was going around. I was just like, what in the world? And we still, if you come to our office, you will hear
Oh yeah, it's like a chorus.
it's a chorus of coughing. Yeah, and it's different coughs from different locations, and
All these Christmas tree cakes coming in, hurting people's lungs.
the immune system.
yeah, we need. That's what it is for. That's why these are here.
I remember one of the things that I remember was like, being like, I don't think I get the social cue at times of like, I'm sick, but I'm going to work.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like going to work. And Pastor Matt was about to go on vacation to Mexico. It was a big trip he was like planning. And that man would always be like a 20-foot distance from me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
He'd be like, hey, Matt, how you doing? He's like, hey, how are you? And then
Yeah.
shoop right to his office.
Shut the door quick. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, those tickets were paid for, man.
he
I'm
doesn't
going on
want to
that
get
trip.
sick. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know
Wait
how
till
you
you
can
have grandkids.
Yeah,
It's
right. You just get
perpetual
sick.
sickness
Yeah.
thing going on.
Oh, why?
Because when they're not feeling good, where are they going to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pop
yeah.
on Mimi's.
Yeah.
That's right.
and hang out with you and get you sick. Yeah, you
guys-
must have amazing immune system by now. I mean, yeah.
You should just
hope
have
so.
hazmat suits. That's like, you could like dress it up and like paint it flannel or something, right? So it's still like,
Yeah.
Well,
Papa Gary.
we were shopping the other day. We went to Marshall's and we were walking around. This whole family were wearing masks again, and I'm like, I cannot handle that anymore. So I was following them around Marshall's, and Amy's like, I am not part of this. And I'm following around, and I would get
you're like picking
and I would get like really close to where they're at, and I'd start hacking up along. And then the family would take off the other way, and I'd go, yeah, it's on the other side. And I would go,
That's
go over
right.
there, and there they are again. And you could just tell this family's like, where are we going? What do we do?
Pastor Alex. I remember you not loving like street evangelism is not
No,
your gift,
it's
right?
not my
so
gift,
maybe
no.
this is it.
This
for
is
the families that are wearing masks.
Just walk around.
You're like, the Lord loves you.
That poor family.
You
I
masked.
don't even know who they are. I couldn't
Yes.
even see their face. I just saw their eyes,
Right.
We're going to come back with some things that we need to know. Every year, we try our best here on More Podcasts to give you information to help you get ready for the winter. And it's already hit. we had snow on Sunday. It was crazy. We go to church, it was clear sky. By the time we get out, it's a full blizzard.
Yep.
And we got pictures on our socials about it. People coming in, and it's just covered with snow. I didn't appreciate, when I was standing there, I happened to be by the welcomers, and people were coming in, and they want to still give me hugs, and they're covered with snow. And I'm like, dude, you know what? Handshake is good today.
Yeah,
totally. I don't want to get, so there's a lot of snow flying around. We'll come back with that. We got 10 things that not to do in northern Michigan this winter as you're getting ready.
Live from an undisclosed location somewhere under the church fellowship hall, possibly near the coffee pot, it's Gary, Ted, and Alex with more podcasts. Stay tuned for more.
And Hunter. We didn't put that in there yet.
I don't exist yet.
Somebody's got to change these already.
Who's running this show?
I don't know. Somebody needs to change this.
Hey,
already.
Hunter, I'll just say this. That was me forever, was like, and Ted. And Ted.
And Ted.
So now it's you.
Is there like
Hunter.
It'll get in
Is
there.
there just a
It will
period of
happen.
time?
Yeah.
Well, there's a 90-day.
90-day vetting. Yeah.
I'm just hearing about this.
Yeah, and then eventually we all vote, and we're like, yeah,
Okay.
he's in.
And you have to
He's
make
in.
it like 4 episodes without giving away the trivia question.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Which I'm on a run.
Yeah, right.
We're going to start over.
Two weeks ago, I did great.
Yeah, we started the clock 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I will say they can't see your body language. You were really ready to go, though. I mean, you were like, I'm ready
Yeah, you
to
were
answer this
excited
question.
to give the answer.
Yeah, and so
well, I
it's
thought
just
I
like-
was. Be ready.
Yeah.
You should be ready for an
know.
answer to any question.
That's right.
This is
Right.
biblical.
Very biblical. And when you get past that point, then you're in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
be praying for me.
Some of us are a little excited. Yeah. And he's drinking a Red Bull this morning, too.
Hey, you're sitting over there with a bang every.
But people know.
That's like,
This-
you might as well have an IV up to Alex's arm of
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah.
You've got to have
I
one.
like the Red Bull Zero.
Yeah.
I do
that's
too.
good.
I do too.
Not
Yeah.
the zero sugar, but zero. Just better.
What is it? It's just like, but it's still got 10. See, you got 10 calories. I don't even have any.
Wow.
See?
Wow.
So you drink one of those
But
and
I'm
that-
going to chase it with the Christmas tree cake. So we'll be fine.
All right, so 10 things not to do in northern Michigan this winter. These are some things, helpful hints to help you along. I know that a lot of us, we kind of get caught off guard by the winter, and then we're like wondering, what should we do? And so these are some things that we want to do to help you along. The first one is don't wear Crocs to get the mail. This is really important. This is more of a safety thing. But nothing says lifelong lessons like frozen toes and a neighbor watching from their window, judging you the whole time as you're wearing Crocs. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but people do wear Crocs in winter. I saw somebody going into, and it's just dangerous. You're going to get frostbite, and I don't think that's not a boot. It's
They
not a
make
boot.
insulated ones now.
They do. I have seen those, but most of the ones I've seen are
Not good enough for
I'm worried
snow.
about slippage.
Well, yeah, they're not really. They don't have traction. They're not really good.
Mine
for
is wet socks. It is an annoyance.
that. right.
Like,
Why would you want to do that?
Yep.
in hell? There's a section of wet socks that
For real.
have to wear.
It's
then
like
your
the
feet
third
smell.
ring of hell Dante
Yeah.
wrote about, it's like Dante.
The Croc section.
Yeah.
You know what? You are
Wet
not very good
socks.
in life, so you're in the Croc section. Sorry, with wet socks. Yeah, that's on there. Another one is don't pass the snowplow.
Yeah.
He's not just driving; he's parting the Red Sea so you can make it to Meyer. It's
true.
That's definitely true. I mean, people. I don't know if you've seen this. At least for us, when we're driving over here to come to work, always between Indian River and Alanson, people cannot handle the fact they're behind a plow, and it's super icy in front of them. But they're putting the salt down and getting the snow out of the way. People try to pass them, and you can see them weaving, and they're going in the ditch.
Well, and
And
it's
they try.
What's the highway going into Indian River?
M68, yeah.
Yeah, that big turn,
Yeah.
the big long. That's always icy. And,
People
yeah.
always lose control on that, and you don't do it. The plows are out there for your safety. Here's another one. Don't brag about not using your snowblower yet. That's basically sending a formal invitation to record-breaking blizzard. That is true.
Absolutely.
I hear that on Sunday. That is the conversation around the coffee.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't pull my snowblower out yet, or I'm not touching that snow. I'm not getting the shovel out.
My snowblower's broken right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I did is I got one of those that's like a shovel with the power on the front. That's what I'm using. Because my snowblower that I have, it's nice, but it's so low. By the time I'm done, I'm like a hunchback because you have to push it like that. It doesn't have the extended arms, which my lawnmower does have, which is why I love my lawnmower. This one does not.
Oh, yeah.
So I got one of those, which is nice. So you just kind of push it out of the way.
Yeah.
It makes my wife happy because every year we have the conversation of, are you going to shovel? And I'm like, oh, it's fine. Just pack it down. It'll be good. That's usually what I tell her. And then she's like, that's not the method. you need to get rid of it, you know. And I'm like, that looks good, you know. By the time we're done, by the end of the summer, we're like 4 feet off the ground going into our house. You got to climb into the house because it's so high. Don't lick anything metal. This is good. This is important. I think you need to make sure your kids know about this. It's funny until you're stuck to the flagpole humming "Let It Go." That's important. I think if you've got kids, this is not a fun thing to do. I don't know how many of you watched the Christmas Story movie. Of
course.
That's a good example of that being a problem. Here's one. This is one I take kind of personal because it is something I do quite often. Don't wash your car before a storm. You just pay $12 to watch it turn back into a salted pretzel. And that's something that happens in Michigan, right? Driving around, you get the car clean, and then as soon as you drive on the road for maybe 10 minutes.
Or you're just Alex and you get your car cleaned every other day.
You go back and get it clean again, yeah. My guys have known me, you know, I go over
First
to
name basis.
Fast Eddie's, and they know my car now. The thing that's funny is I have a sticker on the side that says my car is over 200,000 miles, you know, from Toyota. And every time they come in, they're like, I can't believe this car is 200,000 miles. Well, it's now 260,000. And they're like, I can't believe it. Yeah, and I said, this is the reason. I come in here to get the salt off so that it doesn't rust underneath me. So that car's gonna. When I hit 300,000 miles, we're gonna have a party because I'm putting that on the Toyota website. Yeah. Don't assume 1 to 3 inches means light snow. That's Michigan code for a pack of lunch. You're not getting home till spring. That is true. I mean, just like on Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's going to be light snow. We get out there and it's a full-on blizzard, and we're having to drive home from that. Don't underestimate black ice. It's nature's way of testing your prayer life and your balance at the same time. How many of us have experienced that, right? You get ready to walk outside. It looks like it's clear, and you hit it, and then you're on the ground. And then you wake up, and you're like, am I in heaven, or what's going on?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Important to note, watch out for the black ice. Don't call March spring. That's cute, really, but your shovel disagrees with you. How many of us have experienced that? We put our shovels away, ready for spring, and we get another 6 inches of snow. Yeah. Not good. Don't say it's just slush. That's ankle-deep betrayal waiting to ruin your day and your socks. Pastor Gary, this was
Potentially your car.
And your car, yeah. You know, I think it's funny when you go into the stores, a lot of them, especially downtown Petoskey, they shovel all their snow off onto the street, and it becomes slush, and then you're walking out of your car to get in there, and you happen to step into that mess, and it's like a puddle of slush. Yeah, so you got to be careful. And last one, don't forget to wave at the snowplow guy. He's the reason your church parking lot isn't a winter survival episode.
Right.
Yeah, and
thanks, Brian.
That's our whole crew, Brian
Shout
and them.
Brian.
Yeah, if we didn't have them, we'd be in trouble. So these are just some things. You know, pack them away when you need them.
And I think there's also the little added of things you could enjoy about this is the satisfaction of kicking off the clump of snow underneath
that is
the
satisfying.
well.
You like that?
Man.
Yeah.
Very satisfying.
Very satisfying. And we get a big one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Those,
you know it. Yeah.
What do you guys call those? Do you have a
I don't
name?
know.
I've heard fender boogers.
Fender boogers, yeah, that's a good one.
That's another one.
Yeah.
I just like the sound, I would say shalunk.
Shalunk.
Is the sound that comes off.
Had a buddy who broke his toe kicking one of those.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, yeah. Just freeze right up your car, right? Just kick a block of ice.
But it's,
You got to find the right spot. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do a toe
super
kick on it, though.
No, I don't.
I do
like
more
that
like a
heel.
karate chop heel, yeah.
heel.
He gets it.
Yeah.
Heel kick.
Do a heel kick on the side, and then, you know,
I
'cause that
agree.
way you're not taking your toes out.
Yeah.
That's right.
But when your car starts hitting 260,000 miles, you don't want to take the fender off with it.
Right, that's true. Yeah, you got to be careful because you might lose parts on your car. Yeah. You know, let me just say though. I mean, this is a shout out to Toyota, but every time I take that thing in, they always tell me like, "There's nothing wrong with your car." 260,000 miles. I'm just saying.
awesome.
When we bought that car, I said, "God, this car is going to be like the children of Israel in the desert. The shoes are not going to wear out."
Come on.
You know, and the clothes aren't going to stay, you know, on their bodies.
Hallelujah.
And this car is going to get me to 300,000 miles or more.
Taking you to the promised land.
That's right.
Let's
I'm
go.
going.
That's awesome.
And it's going to happen. Anyways, we're going to take an ID break, come back with fantasy football, which, Pastor Ted, I hope you recognize that I did win a game
Let's go.
against James Walker, who's the top 6
Okay.
this week. Pretty good. We'll be right back.
Binge the More podcast. It's calorie-free, sugar-free, and yet somehow still leaves you spiritually stuffed. So, get your stretchy pants on because we have more.
You'll need stretchy pants after eating those Christmas trees.
That's right. Santa's got these stretchy pants.
You'll need stretchy pants
Yeah.
and girdle and everything else. All right, here we go.
All right. Well, hey, the Herbalife Sunday Fun Day League. We are in week 10.
Yeah, come on.
Week 10.
Come on.
So, I will just say there is a three-way tie for first. I do think the herd is sort of. We have a really competitive league still. I think we were four-way tie last week.
Six-way.
That's right.
Six-way
and
tie.
a couple people played each other.
Yeah.
So, myself, Clear Eyes, Full Hearts, sits atop the three-way tie here, along with Pastor Gary. Pastor Gary, Jesus is him, is right there with us, along with John Walker. Some spiritual giant. Did he?
Squeaked it out.
Who'd he play?
Brad. And I was watching the
that's right, you
game
told me about that.
for
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah.
Brad wasn't even watching the game. I was watching it for Brad with my grandson, and he was within 3 points of winning. But at the end of the game, his running back dropped a pass.
Yep.
So they had to punt, and then two running back tackles for losses, and he ended up losing by 5.
Wow.
Come on.
Man. 5 points is nothing in fantasy football.
No, it's not.
So, and then we've got, again, we're super competitive. So there is a three-way tie for second place with 6 and 4. James Walker.
Which I'm not in that
Juice,
group either.
Sure.
AJ, Holy Rollers,
Yeah.
and Brad. The Immaculate Reception.
Wow.
So I don't know how many teams are in the playoff, but boy, that last seat's going to be a stretch.
And then down
to
at
get
number
it.
9.
Right, we got
Holding up the rear.
We got a two-way tie for third place.
Who built his team based on emotion.
That's right, three-way tie. Neil's nifty team, Theo, and Pastor Alex at 3 and 7. Hey, it's sometimes it's just about having a good time, you know?
Yeah, right,
Sometimes it's about having fun. So James has won a couple games, though. Let's go,
In a
James.
row,
Good.
in a row.
Let's go, James. He could be in that three-way tie, it'd be a four-way tie then for third
There we
place.
go.
So he just needs to win.
But I want to say unseated John Walker. Was it James? No, James Walker.
James, yeah.
Who's
James
in
was
top
a
6.
top for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He was number 1.
I'm just saying I took him out
Let's go.
Yep.
by a lot.
What do
That's
you
right.
get if you win? If you win the championship?
We have the first year. What is it called when you have your first year? It's the first year trophy. Inaugural. That's right. That's the word.
Oh, I thought it was called rigged.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was a rigged year.
We have a pretty impressive fantasy football trophy.
I saw that.
Yeah,
thing.
it's pretty nice.
So
yeah.
you'll get your name on it, that kind of thing.
It's gold-plated.
We're trying to get Pastor Gary to let us have the trophy by that person on a Sunday morning in whatever
Yeah.
role they
Give it
play.
away.
Yeah.
So if it is,
But they're not
if it
allowed to
is
reference it. They just have to
Pastor
hold it.
Ted,
be there.
Yeah.
It will just be standing next to me as I'm leading worship, which maybe
The whole
is
time.
like we
Just
heard
hold it
about
up.
in the Old Testament, like a
Yeah.
golden calf situation. So probably shouldn't do that.
Probably not.
Probably shouldn't do that. But
What do you get if you get last place? Is
well,
there a-
that's,
Jack
I
squat.
do
That's what
think.
you get, Jack
Well, there's
squat.
usually a bad thing you have to
yes.
do.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
really?
got to be a reason to play if you suck.
We did not. Yeah, we didn't come up with that. Maybe we need like a big gold necklace that says "I suck at fantasy football" or
Yeah.
something like that. Maybe we do need some.
Yeah, that's
Probably
good.
get some kind of a little Debbie sweater.
Yeah.
There we go.
I will eat a whole box of Little Debbie's if I'm
Yeah,
last
for the
place.
next
my goodness,
month.
yeah.
The next
Twist
month
his
you
arm.
have to wear this.
I'm suffering.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
small Christmas
Okay,
sweater.
I
that's
have
bad.
something I want to throw in here.
Sure.
I talked to Pastor Chad about this. We should write to ESPN
Yeah.
and get another
Yeah.
category added to the fantasy football scoring. It should be the coaches.
I
So
think
if your
that's a
coach
good
gets
pick, yeah.
a win, okay,
Yeah.
then he's going to get some points. If he goes for it on 4th and 9,
Right.
he gets more
Yeah.
points.
That's good.
4th and 3. What other categories could we add to that? Do you
Tush
think?
Yeah,
push.
I think.
Tush push.
Oh,
I think you could have a category for like even the coordinators. So a defensive coordinator.
Okay.
We get points for defense. So I don't know if that's any different. But
It should be a tush push. If they go on 2, they
Yep.
go for 2. There
Yep,
should be
go
points.
for 2.
Oh,
that'd
go
be
for 2.
cool.
Yeah.
Go for 2. That'd be cool. A long 4th down conversion.
Yeah.
Where maybe the thought was punt the ball
Yeah.
away. They get it, that kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
You know how in the kicking, if you kick a 30-yarder, it's worth 2 points. If you
Yep.
kick a 50-yarder, it's worth 4 points. If you kick a 60, it's worth 6.
Yeah.
We could do that on the 4th and 2,
Sure.
4th and 4, 4th and 6.
Is there
team
one that's a pick
least-
6?
The least amount, yeah, defenses get that.
Okay.
But you could go least penalized team. That
Ooh,
means
there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Good, least penalized
The
team.
amount
right,
of flags thrown in it.
Thank you guys. I will write to
That's a good
ESPN
one.
and get
This
this
is going to be
taken
good,
care of.
one.
and it will happen. it'd be like, this is Pastor Gary. I don't think you know who you're talking to.
So John and I play each other this Sunday.
Do you really?
Yep, that's in the tie.
I don't know who I play
so
against.
We could have some separation here.
I hope I play against James.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm
James
not
Good?
like
Yeah.
I feel
know
like-
James Good is kicking rear.
Right
Oh.
now he knows how to use the app, and he's
Dang it.
Yeah. No, that's
You
not
don't
an
wanna face
automatic-
James
no.
Good.
I'll just call McDonald's. Say we need him in work all week.
Yeah.
He doesn't need any time off.
Yeah, it's
McDonald's
been
is
fun.
falling apart. Needs
It's
to be
been
there.
fun. It's going to be good here the last part of the season. So-
Yeah, well, you just
we're
wait.
getting close. I would think we're. Yeah, I don't know how many people get into the playoff with our 10-man league. So we'll see. It's gonna be
My
fun.
grandson wants in next year.
All right.
All right, yeah.
I do think we're gonna add people. It'll be fun. Yep, it'll be fun.
So the more players, I mean, how big can
the
we
more
make it?
players, it is more fun because it does require you not to just auto draft. Like it does require a little more thought.
And
of
it
drafting.
makes trades
Yes, big deal.
More
Yep.
premium.
I do think adding a negative thing too, because as you think about the end of the year, teams that maybe aren't going to make the playoffs, I could say to Alex, "Hey, you don't want that.
Yeah.
2 sizes too small
You weren't
Christmas
supposed to tell,
sweater."
you weren't supposed
Yeah,
to
right.
let this out, Ted.
Right.
Remember, you and
Okay,
I talked
all
about
right.
this
Yeah,
yesterday.
Don't put it out there.
So I'm
Well,
going to be picking
if-
up all
yeah.
of James Good's quarterbacks.
Yeah, right. So the teams that aren't going to make it, you
Yeah.
could start like going, "Hey Ted, for let me
For a
have
box of
play back
for a box of
base
Little
for the
Debbie's.
next-" Yeah, right.
Shoot, man.
I'll give you my starting running
Oh,
back.
all my players are questionable this week? Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
Now I have your starting running back, and you have the ability to
Yeah.
not.
You
I
have
like
James,
that.
You have Chubb. I had Chubb for a while.
Yeah, they're taking
Chubb.
He, again, but that's the role because he was really good last year.
Alan Kaburski's playing on a team where they have AIs now that are playing.
Yeah, I don't want that
Positions.
I don't want that. That's no fun.
Yeah, but that'd be tough. I mean, like AI
Yeah.
would smoke you.
Right. Let's
knows better.
let's just keep it a human experience. So
That's right.
Next year will be great too. It's
Yeah.
going to be fun. We get that trophy's really cool. We'll have to figure out some way of maybe it's a Harbor Light News thing. Maybe that's the way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They get a little shout out, or they could host the news or something that week.
Ooh,
with the
that's a good
trophy.
one, yeah.
So they're not going to be.
Where have the trophy with them the whole time. And
Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. It's fun.
All right, well, we're going to take an ID break, come back with Harbor Light Bible Trivia. Pastor Gary, you got a question?
I've got one coming up.
He's got one coming up. All right, we'll be right back.
Long ago, in a church office not so far away, 3 men armed only with Bibles, microphones,
Four guys.
and a questionable amount of coffee set out on a mission to make you laugh, make you think, and occasionally make you say, wait, was that even in the Bible? First, there was Gary, part pastor, part dad joke machine, and part mystery. Mostly because no one knows where he keeps finding those golf shirts. Then Ted, man of faith, man of wisdom, and man who once tried to fix the church copier with duct tape and a worship CD. And finally, Alex, he's the glue that holds it all together, mainly because he's the only one who actually knows how to work the record button. Together, they are the More Podcast, because sometimes a sermon just isn't enough. You need more.
I can see this video playing out. Like, we're walking out and
Yeah.
the suits from the
The
70s.
lower suits and stuff.
Yeah, with the big collars, and we're just slow motion.
Yeah,
walking
there
out.
was a TV show called The Mod Squad.
Yeah.
That's us.
We should make the Mod Squad remake.
Yeah.
little trailer,
Yeah.
more podcast.
I think
trailer.
that definitely
Yeah, it's
is
a good
us.
idea.
Yeah,
They're walking
out
in
there.
some alleyway. And then
Walking out of
people
a
are-
casino or
People
something.
are joining in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember?
And then we can have.
That'd be cool.
We can
I
be
can
three of
come
us
in
to
late.
one. Well, yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
like.
And Hunter. Hunter's there too.
Right as the scene
Yeah.
is closing out, and he pops his
Yeah,
head
it's
in
like,
there.
I think it'd be sweet.
What happened?
Yeah,
there?
more bowling shirts
Ah, yeah.
with their name on it. As
Yeah,
you're
that's
walking
right, yeah.
in. That'd be sweet.
I
We could all
just
be-
realized that your shirt over there is Jack Frost from
Yeah.
Rudolph.
It's an amazing shirt.
This is Christmas.
Wow.
This is like a
Is
Christmas.
that his name? Is it Jack? We were just asking this. It's Burl Ives is the character.
Right.
Like that's the guy in the thing.
I can't remember what his name
Yeah.
is. Don't quote me
Is
on
it?
that one.
Is it? I don't think it's Jack Frost.
I don't think
It
it
sounds-
is.
Jack Frost was a bad guy, wasn't he?
Frosty
Yes.
the Snowman.
Yes.
Yeah,
Santa
Frosty
Claus
Snowman. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is right.
I've
Yeah.
watched the Santa Claus movie so many times.
Santa Claus
Jack
3
Frost.
might be one we're skipping though, right, Hunter? We'll have to get to this in later
You
episodes.
never know. You got to
Hunter.
watch all of them, but
There are ones you can skip. I think.
Yeah.
all I know is the first one.
The Santa
That's the
Claus
one with the
is
ZZ
amazing.
Top song is just coming out. You know?
Yeah,
Struck
it's
gold.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Struck gold.
When
I
you
got
did that.
theories on that movie, just so you know.
Okay.
I mean, deep theories.
Really?
I think that might be a conversation.
I
we need to
think I
have.
could write
Yeah.
a small book on it, honestly.
These are my theories on the whole movie. Yeah. Oh, it's good. I think
nobody cares about that though.
I absolutely do. So
I'm
we'll
glad
have to
you
talk
care.
about this
Yes,
later.
we'll
I am a
connect.
giant Christmas nerd and love Christmas movies. So
Did you know? I just read this about the Grinch when Jim Carrey played that part.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that he hates that movie because it brings back PTSD of the makeup he had to wear?
Oh, really?
And he's like, it was like the worst.
Yeah, he said
part
it
he
was
ever
like
did.
being buried underground.
Oh, wow.
He said he hated it.
You know, I will say I'm not like a giant Jim Carrey fan. I always feel like his movies are a little like, oh, okay, man.
Yeah, it's a little
but
too
that
much.
is like and I was super skeptical because the original Grinch is amazing, but we're gonna watch that every single year because
It's a
it
good,
is-
you
it
know.
is really good.
Well, the girl who sings "Where's Christmas," that one.
Yeah.
little girl, apparently she's a metalcore singer now.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yep.
And she's now serving the devil. So, anyways, she went from "Where's Christmas," something that I would say is a lot about Jesus, to metalcore.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're Herbalife News. Yeah, sorry about that.
Nope.
Or not Herbalife News.
Trivia.
What am I talking about? Herbalife Trivia.
Bible trivia.
Yeah,
All
what am I
right,
talking about?
folks.
There
So
we go.
here our question is for this week. In John chapter 3, a guy named Nicodemus shows up to have a conversation with Jesus.
Oh, here we go.
And it's a wonderful conversation we're going to talk about this weekend. But how do we know that Nicodemus gave his life to Jesus? Or what evidence do we have that his life was changed after that conversation?
And everybody in my Bible class should know this answer
Okay.
because we just talked about John chapter 3.
Oh, cool.
I'm talking about John chapter 3 this Wednesday. For
Oh, wait,
for
really?
Students. Yeah,
Yeah,
today.
Okay.
So then youth group should know, my Bible class should know. I'm going to be really offended if they don't. They're like, I don't remember that story. Yeah. Well, if you know that answer, send it to harborlifebibletrivia@gmail.com, harborlifebibletrivia@gmail.com, all lowercase, or put it on our socials. Or, Pastor Hunter, do you have the answer? You want to give it?
Not going to trick me. Not this time.
Or take it away.
I need to go.
Hunter.
I need to go 2 more podcasts, and then I get my name in it.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Are you sure? You sure you don't want to try to answer this
get
one?
behind me, Satan.
90 days will be up, and yeah.
Even you could have all of this if only you will do this one thing. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll come back with Bible Talk. And Pastor Gary started the series this last week, and so we're going to talk about it. I just going to say this. I brought this up on Sunday that the picture that we're using for the Prism series strangely looks
Yes.
like Pink Floyd.
Right.
It's a
I thought
100%.
about referencing that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Pink Floyd picture.
AJ showed me the bumper on Thursday. I was like, yes, this is Pink Floyd.
This is
right
Pink
here.
Floyd, yeah. You know, every classical rock person in the audience is like,
Yes.
this is my sermon.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
It's good. All right, we'll be right back after this ID break.
Your day is about to get better. How do we know? Because you press play on the More podcast. You're welcome. We will be right back.
Well, when you hear evangelism, you might picture megaphones or door knocking, but that's only one sliver of the spectrum. In our new Prism series, Pray, Relate, Invite, Share, Mentor, we're exploring 7 biblical styles so you can share Jesus in the voice God gave you. No shaming, just practical joy. Today we start with the red, the testimonial style, your before, turning point, and after. Because I was blind, now I see, still opens hearts. Well, also touch indigo, intercessory prayer, talking to God about people before we talk to people about God. And so here is Pastor Gary to get us started.
Well, folks, we started this brand new series. Super excited. We're calling it Prism. And we were just thinking about this acronym, about using the word Prism as the acronym to remember that each of the areas of sharing or the styles of sharing, you need to make sure that you pray, you relate, you invite, right? And that we make sure that those things happen when we're doing our evangelistic style. And so that was fun, kind of getting us off rolling on that particular thing. The style that we covered the very first week, of course, was testimonial as well as intercessory.
Yeah.
Okay. Which was actually kind of on both ends of the spectrum, on the light spectrum, which was kind of fun. So the idea that we have and the testimonial, I think it connects probably with the most people. We did that little survey, and it was in the high 30s percent of people like sharing their story with people. So that seems to be a pretty solid style of sharing. When you guys have a chance to share your faith story, how does it usually go for you guys?
Yeah, I think in our small group, I think everybody's testimonial.
Okay.
I think we're all, including myself. I think having those moments to share your story is probably the easiest for us to do because it's our story. We know it, as opposed to anything else. I think it was interesting because my group is old enough to where we remember a lot of the ideas of how to share your faith, like, the one that Billy Graham did, Evangelism Explosion, and those kind of things. Everybody remembers those.
Yeah.
4 spiritual laws, that kind of stuff. But we all came to the conclusion that it's just easier for us to sit across from somebody once we build sort of a relationship with them to share our story with them at some point for us. And
for me, I think that having some pathway methods is a good thing to have in your back pocket. I wouldn't when you're conversing say, okay, step 2, I wouldn't do it that way, but it is good to have that method in mind. So you've got the 4 spiritual laws, you've got the Romans road, the bridge illustration. And then the one we used on the testimonial course is my life before Jesus, the turning point, and how is my life different now? So just having that little in the back of your mind helps you kind of walk through that pathway, because on the Prism, the S was share. And so many people do take the opportunity to share their story, but they don't present a clear pathway to salvation. Many times they just kind of stall out or balk out on that particular part of it. And of course, the last one is mentor in the word Prism there. And the mentoring is the discipleship. That's that ongoing relationship, helping them make sure that they're growing and getting their roots down deep so that when the season of dry spell comes in, that they don't wither and die on the plant. So it was I think it was a good way to kind of get this idea going. I got lots of feedback that people were pretty excited about the opportunity to be able to share about this. I think as I shared a little of my conviction, my heartbeat behind this, that we are living in a season unlike any other time in my lifetime, where we've seen someone get murdered right on national TV or right on the internet in front of our eyes. That was probably one of our leading evangelists in their country. What do you guys feel about the time in which we live right now on the white is the harvest?
Yeah, I think, it's been super fascinating to think about how it probably will be the most persecuted that we've, in my lifetime, have experienced, but it does feel like the most open that culture has been to the gospel also. And so I'm just thinking within the last 5 years of me being at Harbor Light of, the Asbury, thing happened. And that was super interesting to kind of see what was Holy Spirit doing in that time. And then now around, Charlie Kirk stuff, but the sense that, and certainly COVID was a time for that too, of like, that I think people are hungry for the truth and realize that maybe the institutions that they've put their trust in the past, they just realize that maybe the curtain's pulled back a little bit, and these are just people, right? They're people, they're fallible. And as Christians, we talk about an infallible God, that he's perfect, and he's able to provide all that you need for a happy, healthy life, and more importantly, a destiny with him, an eternal life with him. So I definitely think that it is a really unique time of openness to the gospel, and people are hungry for the truth.
Yes. It's unique. We're kind of two things going on at the same time, creating somewhat of a perfect storm. So we have persecution in America, which still I'm not going to go out and say for the average Christian it's crazy, but it is a changing tone.
Yep.
And historically, Christianity does better when we're not popular. Yep. Okay. And so people really have to decide, this is what I'm going to do. And so that's good. They have to make that choice, and that's driving it. And also in America, eventually, whether it's real money or spiritual money, counterfeits will eventually go broke. Right. So if you're spending counterfeit money, eventually you realize it's not real. Yeah. And in America, I think we got a lot of people who've been spending counterfeit money, and all of a sudden the check is bouncing and they're realizing, oh, what I was doing isn't real. I need something real. Yeah. And so they're turning to faith. Yeah. And so people are open to it. We just got to mobilize people to step into it.
I thought it was interesting. I was listening to the last Turning Point they did at Berkeley, and Rob Schneider, from Happy Gilmore, was one of the speakers. And, you would think that, being a comedian and all that stuff, that be kind of off color or whatever. But he shared his faith. Shared his faith and about how the Charlie Kirk thing and things prior to that have been really shaping his life moving forward. And, you got to take people for what they're saying. This testimony on his part. He's really started to have a profound faith with Christ. And he talked about how it's changed his life, changed the way he thinks, changed the way he deals with life in general and deals with people. But, he was bringing up the fact that this is happening more and more. People, it's more than he's ever seen before in his lifetime. He's like, there's people in the SNL cast that he was friends with that have started to talk to him about his faith and about where, why is he moving in this direction? Why is he thinking differently about Christ? I think you're talking about this idea of evangelism kind of being needed so much more now. But it's just really amazing to see these people that I would have never thought in a million years that would move in that direction, are moving in that direction.
One of the things that I think is super fascinating in my time of vocational ministry, when I started as a youth pastor, 1.5 million years ago, it was the Da Vinci Code had just come out. And it was everything was based around kind of the new atheism thing. So Richard Dawkins and Hitchinson and those guys. And so my talks at youth group were a lot about of natural revelation. God reveals himself through science, guys. The sun and the moon and the way the earth is positioned and how far it is away from the sun, yet so close that we aren't flamed out and we can have all these kind of rationalistic ideas, where now it does feel like we live in a society that is way more open to the supernatural. And so new age stuff and occult practices for sure. It's just that the supernatural is definitely at the forefront. And one of the things, I just saw this yesterday, we talking about evangelism, the evangelist that's on the influencer, right, on social media. And so I think we've talked about Nisa here before, but it's this man who was he was a woman, had transitioned to a woman, and now he said, look, I moved to the woods. I was praying earnestly. I didn't grow up in a religious household, and Jesus appeared to me and said, "You're perfectly made. You were fearfully and wonderfully made," right? Yeah. And so, as a man, and so he detransitioned. He's in a relationship with this woman. He's sharing his story very openly, and it is crazy. It's just I'm watching this, going, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I literally sent this to my friends the other night, but the supernatural. It's just scriptural, right? Like the Lord says, He's going to pour out His Spirit in a new way, kind of in the end times, and just seeing a culture that has shifted pretty fast from, the things that I can touch and see. There's more to the world than just that. You know what I mean? There is more than just this naturalistic kind of view of, we're just atoms and eventually we die and go to the ground and that's it. I think even the most hardened of the faith, naturalistic person realizes there's more to this experience in life than just that. And
I agree.
I want to jump in with one thing that I want to make sure you stay connected with what I'm saying and my heart behind it. So I watched some of the clips from the same Berkeley ending of their Turning Point event. One thing that just kind of, I have this little radar thing inside of my heart. Everyone's holding up pictures and going, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk. Now, I wasn't there, so I don't know all of the context behind that, but Christians are fallible just like non-Christians, and we can kind of get off, keep it about Jesus and not about, that I'm not downplaying what Charlie Kirk did and how God used him powerfully in this particular movement, but let's make sure we don't start idolizing a person other than Jesus, right? Yeah. So just a little red flag kind of radar thing.
Yeah, we're the same as Israel. So Israel is very easy. God does some crazy thing, and then next thing you know, they're making a golden calf.
Right. Sure.
And so we have a lot of similarities there. You got to watch it.
Yeah. So just something to keep track of for when we have our conversations with our friends about what's happening in our world today. But some of the other points that I really felt like were powerful, that idea of making sure that your evangelistic style comes from your heart and not just from your head.
Yeah.
Right. To make sure we're moving from I have to do this to I want to do this. And, I shared from my particular life, it's that gratitude is a big motivator behind me being willing to share my faith. How about you guys? What did you guys notice about that?
Well, I wanted to ask you the question, just kind of more base level, PG, is it the job of every Christian to evangelize?
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah. So there's the gift of evangelism, right? Mm-hmm. That's maybe more of a mantle thing.
Correct.
But also it's sort of like everybody can have a word of knowledge. Everybody can provide some sense of this is how the Lord's worked in my life and share that with someone.
Yeah, absolutely. I really believe that there is a hidden strategy the enemy likes to plant in our minds that, hey, I'm not an evangelist. I don't have this office gift. Yeah, so I'll leave it up to the professional person to do it. That is a trick of the enemy. Yep. And we all have, and I shared up, it's called the work of the evangelist, right? It's the work of sharing your faith. We all have that responsibility. Jesus told all of the disciples, we know that Philip was an evangelist, right? We knew Paul was, but he told them all, even the guys that didn't have the office gift of evangelism to do the, converting and discipling and baptizing and, sharing our faith. That I believe it's a precursor, or it's a result of getting saved. We all have that responsibility.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I think that's super helpful.
And so the life of it is, the fun of it is you get to do it in the style in which you're naturally gifted. Yeah. That's where you take the ball and run.
I know. So the idea or the question you asked was, what style more is kind of our style?
How about your motivation? What's your motivation behind sharing your faith in Jesus? Is it I'm commanded to, or is it because I want to? Is it because I want to see people avoid hell, or possibly even maybe how your faith grows when you get a chance? How about you guys?
It's a great question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, I think for me, it is a little bit of all of it, but the sense of there's some selfishness of I see God do things in my life when I'm open about my faith, right? I do see the Holy Spirit activated in a new way that is super fun to be a part of. I do think there's just this sense for me also that, I'll say this quite a bit. When Jesus gets a hold of you, he will ruin your plans in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And so how could I not share? You know what I mean? Like how, like I've just seen the Lord be so faithful in my Christian life, not even just before I knew him. You know what I mean? I've seen the Lord be so faithful in my life. And it's truly the thing that's my lifeline to any sort of peace or normalcy of health. And how could I not share it? You know what I mean? So that hope that I have, I'm just, it is such a motivator for me to share that with other people.
I would like to affirm what you're saying, but we get to see the hand of the Lord move when we share our faith. It moves in their life. It moves in our life. It increases our faith.
Yeah.
So I really want to commend you for noticing that. How about for you two guys?
Well, it's interesting what we were talking about this. I grew up in a period of time in the church where, people had agendas for sharing the faith. Like it was like a sales pitch.
Yep.
Yeah. Everything was a sales pitch.
And the person's a project.
The person's a project. You're trying to so it's kind of tainted some of the image of evangelism for me, and the whole concept and the conversation. So, some of the things that I've been talking about and I've been sharing in our Sunday school class is this phrase of Christianity needs to come out of the closet already. We need to begin to start embracing an identity so that we can be that identity to the world. And I think for me, that's really where my mind is and my heart has been going, is the fact that we've got to get to the place where we identify as believers and Christians first before we ever share our faith. And we're not even doing that much right now. I mean, as a church, we don't always identify ourselves as Christian, or we keep it quiet or hidden. We don't talk about it. And just to live the life that God's given you and begin to understand what you are in Jesus. And I think as you do that, it's a natural byproduct for you to begin to have those holy conversations with people, to have those moments where you share your faith, because it's you. There's nothing that you're trying to create or a pattern you're trying to memorize or an agenda you're trying to move into, or it's not a project. You are who you are.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this before, maybe with us in here, I'm not sure. But isn't it amazing that the Muslim community are not evangelists, but everybody wants to be a part of their club? What's the difference? It's because they live out their faith They live out their beliefs without apology. They identify themselves with their religion to the point where it is who they are. They're not changing anything. They're not trying to be different. If Christians would start thinking that way about their faith, we would see a massive change in our country where people are actually just being who they're supposed to be and living out what they are. But I think there's a weird thing that's happening in the church is that we compartmentalize this idea of faith with our normal life, and it's two different things. And the reality is somehow we got to begin to teach people to smush it together and realize that's who you are. You are this person of Jesus. You are the fruits of the Spirit. You are a follower of Jesus. You are a disciple. That is your identity. And if they can somehow begin to realize that, and that's why I think it's like almost coming out of the closet. It's like when people realize that they have this different identity and they want everybody to know about it, eventually at some point they embrace it and say, this is me. Well, I think as a church we need to start saying to ourselves, this is me. I am a Christian. I believe this stuff. I don't agree with this. I don't believe in this. I do believe in this. And make those things so settled within ourselves. There's no question about it. That's what I love about people like my wife. She's one of those kind of people. She's unapologetic about her faith, regardless of the situation. She could be in a Dollar General looking for Tylenol and have a holy conversation with somebody just because that's who she is. That's what she's just sharing her faith. And, I'm not that outspoken and open, but I have taken that and I said to myself, there are moments where I need to be that kind of person where no matter what situation, no matter what environment I am, I'm still a child of God and I live as a child of God and I believe that Jesus is who he says he is. And this is who I am. I don't have to think in my head, oh, how do I do this so that they know that I'm a Christian? What do I need to do different that makes me look like I'm a Christian? Why you even have that question in your mind? It should be, this is just what I do. This is how I'm trying to live. So that's where I'm at. And it kind of, I'm not saying it's throwing that stuff out, what we're talking about, but the fact is, begin to understand what it is to be a child of God and make that your identity. Quit compartmentalizing it, making it something that's a project for you, that I've got to try to be like that in situations. No, that's who you are. You're a kingdom citizen first, so.
That's good. So it's a hard question for me, I think, because I feel a lot of different things when the moment comes where I'm going to share my faith with someone. And so there's times where I'm doing it because I want to, and I'm just excited to share the story, right? And that's a big motivation for me. There's other times where I feel like maybe it isn't because of, hey, I need this person to get saved, or I think they're going down the wrong path. Sometimes I feel from the Holy Spirit that God has a huge plan for them, or that, because sometimes my faith in Jesus and me working for Jesus, I think as like, I'm part of his kingdom, he's my king, and I want to move his kingdom forward. So sometimes I'll see somebody and I'll think, oh, that person's supposed to be a general. Like that person's going to do something great. I need to share the story with them. And to being completely honest, there's times where I don't want to, where I'm too busy, where I'm too stressed, where I'm not feeling it that day. And I go back to Jesus's commandment and go and make disciples of all the nations. And so he's my king. He told me to do it. And so there's moments for me where I'm like, today's not my day, but it might be their day. And so let me get myself out of the way.
That's really
do this.
Pastor Hunter is kind of new sitting around the table here. And we haven't had a ton of time to spend together outside of work, but these guys have seen me at, McDonald's, just, there's Pastor Gary's over there talking to somebody, right? It just flows out of me. I thought it was a lot of fun on Sunday to contrast this, extrovert towards the introvert, and the intercessory style gave that quiet person who's a little more bashful, a little more recluse, the opportunity to participate in sharing their faith by interceding for the needs of the people around them that they know that need Jesus. And I think that was a lot of fun. It gave some freedom to some people. The ball doesn't move down the field without prayer. Right. I even kind of shared that we don't even come to faith in Jesus without Jesus moving us. Right. And so it's so important to pray. I gave that story that at Harbor Light, a bunch of us people in small groups decided to each family pick a person or a couple that needed Jesus and start praying blessings on them for 21 days. And that was a true story. Somebody had just lost a baby and they were told they weren't going to be able to conceive again. And so they got prayed for, and it was actually probably more than 21 days, but they got prayed for a whole bunch. And that family was able to conceive, and they started talking to their friends like, hey, what's going on here? This was impossible. And they said, hey, we've been praying for you, and we believe that God has moved his hand on you. And they came to faith in Jesus because of that. So that was a true story. And so there you go. The intercessory style for the person who's a little more introverted can still participate and be a part of it. And it gave a lot of life, I think, to those people that are a little more a little more close at hand.
Yeah, and I think here, maybe this is the other end of the spectrum there, PG. Like, I remember you saying once, so that is also true, but there's also maybe this perspective out there of like everything's evangelism.
Yeah.
The way that I make my coffee in the morning is like, so like there is a point where we are to give an account, right? Scripture tells us that. Be ready, right? Be ready to give an account. So maybe what's the encouragement for the introvert? Because I am naturally that. Like, I know that. What's the encouragement along with be praying, but maybe there's this next step of being praying for, Lord, nudge me if I need the nudge.
Yeah, I think in that particular story that I just gave you, and I know Pastor Alex, we've talked about this in the past too. Hey, when you're praying and praying and praying, and then all of a sudden the Lord is moving, He's going to those people are going to cross your path.
Yeah,
that's your opportunity to kind of step out from the shadows, right, and then step into the moment, step into the role. And as I shared, the S from the prism, then present a clear pathway to accepting Jesus. Right?
That's good.
Even if you're quiet and you're recluse on that particular part, there is a moment that you need to step forward. Yeah. How will they believe in someone unless somebody tells them?
Right.
Correct. And how will they believe in someone unless someone is sent? Right. You have the responsibility to share.
Yeah.
Because that's that second part of the verse on Revelation 12:11. Right. So they overcame the devil by the power of the blood of the Lamb, the word of their testimony, and they didn't love their lives so much they weren't willing to die for him. Which means you kill your reputation or kill your quietness or kill your nature, right? And submit it to the Lord and be willing to have that conversation when it presents itself.
Right.
For some of us, we make the opportunities.
Yeah.
Other times, it comes knocking, you better answer the door.
Right.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that too, what we talked about in our small group is, a lot of it's relational contact, right?
Yep. Most
of the people that God brings in your life are not people that are like strangers you've never met before. They're people that are in your area of influence right now that God's working out those details, moving that bridge, making that bridge possible for you to have those conversations so that you can begin to speak to them. Because, one of the worst things we can do is do like what we did when I was growing up, where people come to the altar, get saved, and then nobody connects with them, right?
Right.
There's thousands of people and then nobody connects with them.
Right.
The whole idea of us sharing our faith is a very relational thing. Jesus was very relational. He shared who he was. So when we get into those situations, a lot of it are influences that we already have. Yeah. And so you've already had those conversations about, I'm having a bad marriage, or my kids are sick, or, maybe, I've had questions about my faith. They'll come to you and they'll have those conversations. Jesus will draw men into himself, and he will do that through your life. He'll do that through your testimony. And like I said earlier, as long as you're living out your faith, it makes it very much an attractive opportunity for them to say, that person has something figured out. I'm going to talk to them about it.
Yeah.
And for the introvert, that's a lifeline, because we're not going to be like Pastor Gary, sitting on a plane and having a 3-hour discussion.
Sure.
But it's amazing. I mean, I'm not.
That
most
sounds
of the time,
miserable to me.
Yeah. Most of the time for me, when it's been those situations, that person is almost like, has their hands around my neck going, tell me something,
Sure.
And I'm like, oh, okay, let me tell you about that. Yeah. So, it is it's great to know that, God works with our personalities.
He does.
That's a wonderful thing.
I want to share one thing, just to take some pressure off people when it comes to evangelism and storytelling. Is I was early into the game of sharing my story and faith. I felt like if I kind of shot the shot and I missed, and I felt like, man, what a failure I am.
Yeah.
I tried. It was a brick. I missed the shot.
Yeah.
I failed you, God. I'm sorry. And so we got to move the goalposts on what a win is when it comes to evangelism and sharing your story. Like, if you share your story and the person doesn't say anything, like, isn't really receptive to it, right? And because that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to share your story, and people are going to say, oh, thanks for sharing the story. And they kind of close that door.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Right.
Because the goalpost is we just want to move them one step closer to saying, Jesus, I'm going to make you my Lord and Savior. And so you just might be a part of that story. You might not be the last one where the person says that, but God's using you for a purpose, on purpose. So don't get all upset and mad at yourself if you weren't able to, quote unquote, close the deal. You can't force a harvest until it's ready to be harvested. And so I think some of us are trying to pull up are trying to pull up seeds before anything is really sprouted yet.
Oh, that's good.
So just let it, give it time and play the long game on this.
Yeah.
And if they're not really unreceptive, you can always use a line of like, hey, man, I really appreciate you listening to me and letting me share my story. Thanks for listening. And just having gratitude instead of, being argumentative. You don't need to win an argument. You're trying to win their heart.
Right.
So just take that out of there. Hey, thanks for listening to me. I really appreciate that.
So you're going for the first down.
Yeah, that's all right. You get enough first downs. Eventually, you will score.
You will get down there.
Yes.
One pass
it's
at
okay.
a time. One
It's
pass
okay.
at a time.
Yep.
I'm just taking it back to football. I just
right.
figure we might as well.
Hey,
Tom Brady built a career, folks, on 7-yard pass.
That's right. Come on now. Preach it.
I probably need to preface this just a little bit by saying, look, I'm not going to spend 3 hours just talking about Jesus with a person.
Yeah.
There's a warm up, there's a connection.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
I just want to make sure we understand that, right?
Yeah, I just want to take pressure off because sometimes I feel like we're just, to go back to football, we're just throwing the deep ball down and it's getting picked off because we're maybe pushing a little too hard.
That's right.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I mean, let's be honest though. There are people in the church like Pastor Gary that definitely have a gift. I see it all over you. It's not even a question.
So PG, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no.
You would have the mantle of evangelism.
I would say
correct.
So.
I don't know.
I'm saying
I don't know that I'm the one that gets to put
yes.
it on you, but I feel like that is a gift
You've
that
been
Pastor
dubbed.
Gary has. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Shepherd, evangelist.
Yeah, I would
That's
say
what
so.
Sorry, so continue.
No, I'm just saying I'm not that.
Right,
I'm not
people,
that.
and so maybe that's the encouragement, right? The person who can go to the arena, so to speak, with someone and go, "Hey, I'm going to have the 2-hour. You're a staunch atheist and believe in evolution. PG's ready for that conversation, right? So, maybe that's the thing, right? You can take the pressure off somebody who going, you do not have to always be that person. But what I would say is you've got to be able to give an account of how has the Lord worked in your life.
Right. Yeah.
And that's maybe the 7-yard pass of going, is this something that is watering a seed that's been planted before them? Is this someone who's just putting the seed in the ground the first time of, this is just a normal, natural, not weirdo Christian way of being able to say, this is a real thing that's affected my life in a real way, and let me introduce you to the guy who did it.
This is how simple it is sometimes. Like for me, right? I get my 2 nephews every now and then. We go do stuff with them. I think they have an idea of faith. They're not there yet, but they know that when they're in their car, we listen to Christian music.
Yep.
And they know that we're not going to listen to anything else. And that's something they've already started to pick up about us.
Yeah.
They know that we like to pray at our meals. Different, and you keep doing that kind of stuff in your faith in front of people, in your work environment, whatever you're doing, those things begin to make an impact more than you think.
Yeah.
So that when you have that moment, those conversations aren't like a deep theological debate, but it's a question of, why do you do that?
Right.
Why do you pray at your meals? Why are you listening to Christian music all the time?
Why haven't you dropped 10 F-bombs in this
Right.
Sometimes
What's different?
It's amazing by not being a person who curses and swears.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
shocking.
wow, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got to wrap it up. Pastor Gary, you got anything you want to close with?
Well, I would like to invite people to come out this next weekend.
Yes.
I spent a couple hours last night in the middle of the night getting a little bit of Holy Spirit download.
Yeah.
I think that this placard board thing that I did, the turn or burn.
Yeah.
I have some illustrations for this weekend too. I just can't wait to do it. It's going to be so good.
I think you should lead that sign up on the stage when you do it, just to tie the two together.
I probably should put it back up there.
Yeah, just put it up there, set it up on the stage somewhere.
As we go through this series, we can just keep adding pieces to it.
Pieces to it. Yeah. I like that because when talking about that idea between the two, between the foghorn or the megaphone. And that, it was amazing how many people said, that's how I think of evangelism.
Yeah. Right.
So, just in that one service, you change a lot of people's minds about the possibility of what evangelism looks like. So,
well, it was really funny. So I did have a person in the crowd that was with me the day when we were in youth group. We were taken to the UP, and it may have been Manistee. And we were sent door to door to lead people to Jesus. And we threw all of our tracks in the bushes and goofed around. And that person was making eye contact with me. I was telling the
we were there. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back next week with some more interesting information about this idea of evangelism, the Prism series. Pastor Gary and I think all of us will be here, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as my name's on the. I'm kidding.
Well, now we're going to have to change.
I got one more.
Yeah.
You got one more.
Actually, it might be 2.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like you had some days prior to the night. Yeah, so I would say we'll
as soon as we go off the air, I am going to test you to see if you know the answer to that Bible trivia question.
Man, how did we know?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one. All right.
And we can maybe record. No, we won't record.
Don't record it.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
We want you to know, find, discover, change with us. More podcast ending transmission. Now.